Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am trying out some Ohuhu, I don't know how you pronounce it, coloured pens. So these are all the colours that come. It's a box of 64 pens and they give you these two little cards which have all the numbers of the pens, and you can fill in the colours so that you have their own coloured chart, plus you can fill in your own so that you can show exactly what colour the pens will make. Lovely assortment of colours. As I said, 64 in this box. Nice box. And they have two ends. This is the brush end, which is the one that I use the most often. So here are the different sorts of lines you can make with this. You can do a very fine line, or you can use it on its side to actually colour in. And you can then use water to make the colours spread. And this is the wedge-shaped calligraphy type nib. So you get various different marks using that. My calligraphy not very good. So these are the little pictures that I have drawn, Christmas pictures, and I'm going to try out the different colours with each of these pictures using the pens that I just showed you. Unfortunately, this picture has focused on the pen tops and not on what I'm drawing. So for the whole of this bow, it's out of focus. I apologise, but this is the only one that's like this. So colouring them in with one red, and then I'll come back in with a darker red to put in some highlights, lowlights I suppose, and shadowy bits, so using a darker red there. And I've come in there with a brush pen to smooth out all the colours. Now with a red hat, a Santa hat, again done exactly the same. Now I'm coming in just to kind of make the white stand out against the white paper, so giving it some shading. And then a darker red just to give that a bit of shading as well. Now I'm going to do this sweater, Christmas sweater, trying to use some different colours. Is what I have found, that I have really only shown you a few colours because they've all been kind of Christmassy colours. So you'll see in a minute when I add the water how it softens the colour and smudges it in. And using some grey just to shade the sides. I'm going to do this little robin in the same way. And this is just an alternative to using watercolour, which I still prefer. But at least these are a nice water-based pen, so you can add water to them and soften them with the water. Whereas if you have alcohol markers, they smell quite bad, I think. They just make me feel a bit dizzy. And also you have to have another pure alcohol marker to actually make them into a wash and to blend the colours. So here again, coming in with the water brush pen and also some Posca white pen just to give some highlights in the mouse's eyes. And a little bit of shadow at the side to actually anchor the object. A little Christmas mitt. And I will come back into this. I'm doing one layer of the green, as you'll see in a minute. And then I'll come back in later on when it's completely dry and put in some more on top. and the hat. Now, not very Christmassy, this colour, but I just wanted to use some different colours. And again, I will come in after it's all dry and just put in some more detail. There, I'm adding some more detail to the mitt. And a Christmas tree. I'll try and put in a few other colours that I haven't used yet, but they're only going to be very small. So at some point I'll have to do another video showing some of the other colours. But these are really nice pens. I've been quite pleased with them. Nice just to kind of play with. I want to try them out with doing a portrait to see how good they are at actually softening the colours when you put water in and adding more. So adding a little bit more detail in the hat there. And a bit of shadow, just using some grey. I think kids could use these pens, but it does say choking hazard. So if you do let your kids use them, just be aware that the caps, if they were to swallow them, they don't have a hole in. So they could actually get trapped in the windpipe. So please be careful if your children use them. So just a little kitty in a stocking. And here I've drawn a circle in pencil, and then I've gone over it in a brownie colour, and now I'm adding leaves to make a wreath. And using different greens, not just the one green. And you could add different shaped leaves as well. You could put some holly leaves in there in a different colour. I was just trying to do this as fast as possible. So here I'm wetting it down, and you can see, just like in watercolour, you can re-wet it. And this is just probably the most simplest drawing you can do. Just a couple of squares to make a Christmas parcel. Just adding some shading so that one side is much brighter than the other. And then a ribbon on the top. And then some white Posca pen to put some lines for the wrapping paper. And if you follow the angles of the box, like the plane that it's in, then you will make it look more realistic, and like it actually curves over, so giving it a three-dimensional look. And as always, the little shadow just to anchor it to the ground. Going back to this now it's dry, and adding some berries and a bow. Now I'm sorry about the Santa, but I was not looking at my monitor, so I am actually colouring this in and it's out of shot. But here is the finished Santa, so at least you see the finished one. I'm now doing a Christmas bauble, giving it an undercoat, and then I'm going to add some more reds to try to give it a bit of three-dimensional look by using more and more different colour reds, getting darker and darker where the shadows would be, but keeping the highlight. I prefer the ones I've done with watercolour than this one actually. A little bit of water on the mitt there just to make it look a little bit more shaded. And just adding some little details to them. Using my white Posca pen again, which is an opaque white pen. Giving Santa some highlights in his eyes and the kitty. I'm going to come in and draw a hook for the stocking so it could be hung up. And just outlining that. And some ribbon on the bauble. So that's just a few different sorts of little quick Christmas images to show you how these marker pens actually react. Now, I'm actually starting an Advent challenge, which will start tomorrow, and it's going to be one picture every day for the whole of Advent. I'll talk more about that in a minute. These are, again, the Ohuhu pens, and they're made in China. This is a Posca pen, a white Posca pen that I use for highlights and things, really useful to have. I also used a Pigma Micron fine liner, I think it was a 03, and a Derwent brush pen, a pencil, just an HB pencil just to draw the outlines, and an eraser. Okay, so these are all the pictures that I did today. Watch out for tomorrow's Advent challenge, which would be very simple, just drawing one little picture each day to either make into one huge picture or into Christmas decorations. So more details coming tomorrow. And as always, if you've enjoyed my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye.